Welcome to the show.
Welcome back to From Kitchen to C-Suite, the podcast where we unpack the culinary innovations, operational brilliance, and leadership strategies shaping the future of hospitality. I'm your host, Don. For decades, the blueprint of a profitable bar program was written in high-proof spirits, late nights, and sugary mixers. If you weren't drinking alcohol, your options were relegated to a dusty bottle of club soda or a cloyingly sweet Shirley Temple. But look around. The modern consumer is changing, and the hospitality landscape is undergoing a massive paradigm shift. Today, we are diving deep into two seismic intersecting trends that are completely rewriting the beverage playbook: the sober renaissance and the savory revolution. We aren't just talking about mocktails anymore. We are talking about a sophisticated, rapidly expanding market of zero-proof botanicals, adaptogenic spirits, and fermented elixirs that command premium menu real estate. At the very same time, bartenders are raiding the kitchen pantry. The days of fruit-forward dominance are sharing the spotlight with umami-rich, savory profiles. Think fat-washed mezcals, mushroom-infused broths, tomato waters, and culinary herbs integrated directly into the glass. What we're uncorking today: the economics of temperance. How high-end non-alcoholic programs are driving massive margin growth, attracting a wider demographic, and boosting per capita spend without the liability. The kitchen bar synthesis. How the lines between executive chef and beverage director are blurring, resulting in complex, food-friendly liquid pairings that elevate the entire guest experience. Menu engineering for the modern guest. Practical C-suite strategies for integrating these trends into your current operations without alienating your traditional cocktail purists. The big question: is your beverage program built for the consumer of 5 years ago, or are you ready to capitalize on the next generation of hospitality? Joining me today is a visionary who has successfully navigated this shift, transforming their beverage program into a powerhouse of innovation and inclusivity. So pour yourself a glass of whatever you're drinking today, whether it's an aged bourbon or a cold-pressed, wood-smoked botanical. Let's get down to business. The global hospitality landscape is currently experiencing a profound paradigm shift, characterized by a dual movement: a sober renaissance and a sophisticated savory revolution. The era wherein neon-hued, saccharine, non-alcoholic beverages were relegated to the inconspicuous margins of a menu has concluded. Driven by an increasingly health-conscious demographic, adventurous Epicureans, and the aesthetic demands of digital media, modern beverage programs are undergoing an extensive conceptual overhaul. Progressive venues are anchoring their brand identities upon three core pillars: the seamless integration of non-alcoholic offerings, the development of complex, umami-forward mixology, and the execution of high-design visual storytelling. This convergence has inaugurated an era of experiential comfort, shifting consumer value from mere alcohol consumption toward artisanal craftsmanship, atmospheric immersion, and narrative-driven hospitality. Central to this transformation is the dismantlement of the traditional menu hierarchy in favor of inclusive, proof-agnostic integration. Modern patrons exhibit increasingly fluid consumption habits, frequently alternating between alcoholic and non-alcoholic selections during a single evening, a phenomenon industry analysts have termed zebra drinking. Historically, beverage menus enforced a strict segregation, clustering house cocktails and standard wines at premium price points, while isolating zero-proof options at the bottom of the page. This structural division inadvertently marginalized non-drinking guests. Conversely, contemporary menu architecture organizes offerings by flavor profile, botanical complexity, and sensory experience, rather than alcohol by volume. This methodology permits narrative-driven expressions, such as the meadow or the smoked orchard, to be presented as unified concepts, where patrons may seamlessly select between a traditional spirit base, like gin or mezcal, or an equally complex zero-proof counterpart, such as lapsang souchong tea. This menu democratization is facilitated by rapid advancements in zero-proof distillation and the incorporation of functional wellness ingredients. Sophisticated non-alcoholic distillates, de-alcoholized wines, and hop waters now replicate the specific burn, viscosity, and structural complexity traditionally provided by ethanol. Simultaneously, the integration of functional adaptogens and botanicals, including cannabidiol, kava, and wellness-focused fungi such as lion's mane and reishi, allows mixologists to offer an alternative, restorative form of relaxation. By utilizing these ingredients, establishments provide a curated sensory experience without the physiological liabilities of alcohol, effectively elevating the sober or temperate guest to the status of a premium consumer. Concurrently, consumer preferences are transitioning away from high-sugar profiles towards savory, bitter, and botanical compositions rooted in culinary science. Elderflower has ascended from its historical role as a secondary modifier to serve as a robust, structural botanical base, providing essential floral cohesion across both spirited and zero-proof programs. Beneath these floral top notes, mixologists are introducing profound savory elements by borrowing advanced techniques from the culinary arts. Through the process of fat washing, spirits are infused with molten lipids, such as brown butter, sesame oil, or extra virgin olive oil, and subsequently frozen to allow for the complete removal of solidified fats. This technique imparts a luxurious, velvety texture and a deep, savory flavor profile completely devoid of oiliness. Furthermore, the incorporation of fermented components, including miso paste, kimchi liquids, and pepperoncini brines, introduces a complex salinity and acidity that replaces conventional, mass-produced sour mixes. This culinary approach extends to the deployment of experiential, functional garnishes designed to alter palate perception dynamically. The traditional maraschino cherry has been widely superseded by avant-garde botanicals, most notably the Ecmella oleracea flower, commonly referred to as a buzz button. Containing the natural analgesic alkaloid spilanthol, these edible flowers induce a localized tingling, electrifying sensation, and stimulate salivary production upon consumption. This physiological reaction fundamentally reconfigures the guest's taste receptors, transforming the flavor notes of each subsequent sip. Through these methods, the contemporary cocktail functions less as a standalone beverage and more as a multi-layered, evolving gastronomic course. Beyond flavor composition, visual storytelling has become paramount within a highly digitized consumer culture, causing artisanal ice to emerge as a critical medium for luxury branding. Once regarded merely as a utilitarian cooling agent, ice has been reimagined as an essential canvas for artistic expression. Premium beverage programs leverage specialized directional freezing technology to manufacture large-format ice completely free of structural impurities and trapped oxygen, resulting in absolute optical clarity. This clear ice is then customized through various high-design applications, including hollow ice spheres that encapsulate the cocktail within a fragile crystalline shell, requiring the guest to manually fracture the globe with a specialized mallet. Additionally, heavy brass plates are employed to thermal stamp intricate geometric patterns or corporate insignias directly onto the surface of the ice, while edible flora, herbs, and citrus wheels are encapsulated within the cubes to release subtle aromatic notes at a strictly controlled glacial melt rate. Ultimately, these liquid innovations operate as part of a macro-level shift toward experiential comfort within the global service sector. Modern consumers demand a frictionless interface when interacting with luxury hospitality venues, whether navigating an upscale hotel lounge or an intimate neighborhood establishment. To satisfy this demand, premier operators are adopting sophisticated back-end technologies, including contactless mobile ordering systems for high-volume environments, automated inventory analytics to mitigate stockouts, and intelligent reservation platforms. By utilizing technology to streamline operational friction, establishments successfully liberate their service staff from administrative burdens. This operational efficiency allows personnel to dedicate their efforts to the cultivation of intimate ambiances, the expression of local authenticity, and the curation of advanced flavor experiences, thereby maximizing guest engagement and long-term brand loyalty. That concludes an exceptional masterclass in beverage innovation and strategic hospitality management. We extend our sincere gratitude to today's guest for providing such valuable, real-world insights into these macro shifts. As we conclude this episode, the profound intersection between the sober renaissance and the savory revolution is undeniable. These developments are neither transient trends nor superficial menu additions. Rather, they represent a permanent paradigm shift in consumer behavior and beverage economics. Historically, the hospitality sector equated premium pricing exclusively with alcohol by volume, ABV. Today's discourse demonstrates that the modern consumer prioritizes complexity, intentionality, and culinary artistry above all else. By removing the alcohol while elevating the flavor profile, leveraging umami, smoke, acidity, and texture, operators can command premium margins for zero-proof offerings. From a strategic leadership perspective, the core directive is clear. Inclusivity drives profitability. Facilitating a sophisticated experience for the sober-curious executive, the health-conscious millennial, and the culinary purist, simultaneously maximizes revenue per seat, mitigates liability, and future-proofs the brand. The traditional boundaries between the kitchen and the bar have dissolved. Modern beverage directors must adopt the mindset of a chef, while executive chefs must view the liquid program as a fluid extension of the culinary menu. The strategic frameworks for the modern operator. Inclusivity requires rigorous execution. A premium non-alcoholic program demands the same R&D, bespoke glassware, and narrative depth as top-shelf spirits. Failing to invest in zero-proof innovation represents a direct sacrifice of top-line revenue. The culinary beverage nexus. Look beyond standard purees and syrups. The future of beverage formulation relies on savory, texturally complex elements integrated through advanced culinary techniques such as fat washing, fermentation, and smoking. Operational and financial alignment bridge the historical divide between culinary and beverage teams. Cross-utilizing ingredients minimizes food waste, optimizes cost of goods sold, and delivers a cohesive guest experience. Evaluate your current offerings objectively. Does your beverage program align with the contemporary hospitality landscape of 2026, or are you relying on outdated paradigms? The industry evolution is underway, and market share is actively being captured. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of From Kitchen to C-Suite. We express our gratitude once more to our distinguished guest for their expertise, and to our global audience for your continued leadership and resilience in driving this industry forward. If you derived value from today's executive briefing, please support our platform. Subscribe to the show, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and share this episode with your professional network. For comprehensive show notes, full transcripts, and the menu frameworks discussed today, please visit FromKitchenToCSuite.com. You can also connect with me directly on LinkedIn to continue the dialogue. Until next time, continue to challenge conventions, elevate operational standards, and remember, exemplary leadership is always paired with continuous innovation. I am Don. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to joining you next week. This program is made possible by the commitment of our corporate sponsors. We extend a special acknowledgement to HRB Universal for their dedication to providing comprehensive resources and promoting excellence across the culinary and hospitality sectors. We also recognize the Plate and Pour Collective Equity Partner Program, an initiative dedicated to fostering shared success, equitable growth, and inclusive entrepreneurship within the food and beverage industry. The path to executive leadership requires innovation, dedication, and a robust professional network. We encourage you to utilize the resources offered by our sponsors. For details on how to connect with HRB Universal and the Plate and Pour Collective, please visit hrbuni.com. We look forward to your company on the next episode of From Kitchen to C-Suite, where we will continue to explore critical strategies designed to elevate your career and entrepreneurial ventures. From Kitchen to C-Suite is available across all major media platforms for your convenience. Audio streaming. Subscribe via Riverside at fromkitchentociSuite.riverside.com or stream directly from hrbuni.com. You can also locate the program on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, and Deezer. Video broadcast. Elevate your viewing experience by streaming From Kitchen to C-Suite on the HRB TV network. Accessible directly on your television via Roku or Amazon Fire TV by searching for HRB TV network. Until our next broadcast, continue to innovate and pursue operational excellence.